Hey everyone, it's Megan Elizabeth with AboveRubyStudio.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of those fun pop-up box cards that lay flat and then you twist them and then they pop into a box that has really cool layers and stuff in them. And I already have the dimensions all kind of drawn and sketched out, and it's just a simple hand-drawn thing, but I thought maybe it'd be helpful to some of you. So this is available at AboveRubyStudio.com for you, so that you can really get what I'm saying as you go. Thankfully, Kayla from Crafty Corner taught me how to do this, and you can check out Crafty Corner's blog as well. But and hers may be just a little bit different, but she showed me and got me inspired to go ahead and really get this done. So I have a 12 by 12 sheet of slate cardstock from Close to My Heart, and I'm cutting it down to 8.5 inches by 12 inches. All right, that's where we're kind of starting with this. We're just diving right in, and then we're going to be doing a lot of scoring and a little bit more cutting. And I am making a Halloween themed pop-up card, which is kind of fun. Couple things from Close to My Heart to show you with that. So I'm going to just turn this long ways to 12 inches, and we're going to score. If you take a look at my little diagram chart here, and I know it's handwritten, but it'll help you if you look at it and watch the video at the same time. We're going to score at 2 3/4 inches. Then we're going to score again at 5.5 inches. And then 8 1/4 inches. And then 11 inches. Oh, keep that flat. Okay, so you'll have an inch kind of overhang there. We're just going to leave it all flat. You got good tight scores in there. And then after you get those scores in, you're going to cut off 2 inches. All right, so once you get that in, just go along the edge and cut off 2 inches like so. Set that aside. You're going to need it. Okay. Now that we have that in, we're going to score it again at 2 3/4 inches. Okay? Not quite in half. There's actually a little bit more room than half if you take a look at where those score lines are. Hopefully you can see that pretty well in there. All right, we're going to move along pretty quick through here because we're going to decorate, and this can be kind of time consuming the more you decorate and the more you do. And I don't want this to be too long of a video here for you all. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do some cutting. Once you get that in, you're going to then cut down to the score line on the shorter side, okay? So you can see these are like a little bit tighter of a square down here. You're just going to cut to that score line, all right? And I did straight lines for where there's cut. I did it to like the little circle. Hopefully you can see that pretty easily. And watch the video, you'll get the hang of it. I don't generally do written instructions, but for something like this, I think it helps a little bit to be able to see. And then cut this down. And then I kind of cut this off, and I just do it at a little, you can do it at a little bit of an angle to make sure you get that corner really out, okay? You can throw this piece away. And then we're going to take this little guy here, this extra strip. This is going to be for our interior pieces. Where there's the 1 inch overhang, you're going to cut this at 4 3/4 inches. Okay. So that will give you 1 inch on each side of the other already scored line. And then you're going to cut this in half. And this is going to be your interior pop-up. So you're going to cut it at 1 inch. Be cut right in half. And then set those aside. You won't need this other piece anymore. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is start folding this guy up. Just like so. And then I'm going to use my Glue Glider Extreme Tac glue glider. To me, that is going to be your strongest, best bet for assembling a box together. Okay, but before we actually assemble it, I'm going to start the decorating process, but I'm not going to decorate it all the way. Let's put this aside because we shouldn't need this anymore. And yes, I'm doing Halloween theme because I'm using the Scaredy Cat Close to My Heart paper collection, and it's a lot of fun. I really do like it. So I'm gonna do the top squares. I'm gonna decorate them, and you can do both sides or a single side or kind of however you want to do this. And I'm actually going to do both sides. So I wanted to show you, I have a couple pre-cut out. Let me cut out the rest of them really quick so that you get the full idea of what's happening here. You basically just need 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch squares for the top part, and then for the bottom part, I cut these at 3 1/4. What did I do? No, yeah, 3 1/4 long by 2.5 wide. Okay, so they're gonna go on the bottom, and then the rest are just 2.5 by 2.5. So square, 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 and square. All right, and then if you want to do the inside and the outside, you can, but actually it's pretty easy to just do a 2.5 inch square for an outside strip as well. So if you take a look at what I'm talking about here, I'll show you really quick. Cut off 1 inch along the edge, and then you can actually score this and stick that in as well. But let's start decorating. So if you kind of envision, you know, it makes a box. So you're gonna assemble that together. You have the outside to decorate, you have these flaps to decorate, and then they pop open. So then you're gonna wanna decorate these pieces that come out as well. And then these guys, where did I put them? We'll assemble these, and we're gonna decorate these two pieces too. But you're gonna take, you're just gonna fold them at their 1 inch, and you're gonna put adhesive on them. And one will go facing this way, and one will go facing this way, and then you decorate those as well. So we'll get there in just a minute, but I wanted to kind of show you everything so you can get started from where I'm at. All right, so the inside is what we're starting with, and you can decorate as much or as little as you want. Again, I'm using my Extreme Tac. You really just need your Extreme Tac for the pieces that you're actually adhering to make the box hold. You don't need to do Extreme Tac on the whole thing, but I like my Extreme Tac the best. It is my favorite. And I do get asked often, where is the best deal on buying these? And quite honestly, HSN has the best bundle prices. They really do. Singly, Crafty Corner actually has very good prices on just the single packs, if you want to just get, you know, one or the refills or whatever. But a lot of stores, you know, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, they do carry them. All right, so that's the outside. And then I'm just going to kind of reverse it for, or that's the inside rather. So I want to make sure I reverse it now. Whoops, so I did that the right way. And one other thing I wanted to mention while I'm talking about my glue glider, I've had a couple of people ask me, like, if it actually, like, if the threading rips or if the threading advances on you. You actually can rethread your glue gliders. You don't have to throw away the whole cartridge if something were to happen to it for any reason at all. There is a video available at aboverubystudio.com. If you just type in glue glider reload, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And you should be able to do that pretty easily. It's a pretty simple process, and it saves your cartridges if you ever do have an issue. But Glue Glider is, the Glue Arts company is phenomenal at making sure your stuff is quality assured. Oh, let's see, that's gonna kind of be the back. I don't know, I'm kind of messing around. There's a couple of these that I like more than others of my little cutouts here that I did. And I just cut them all from this sheet of paper. I just literally cut it down that 3 1/4 by 2.5 and pulled out some of the cool images from it. And I'm not going to decorate this inside, but if you were going to, you can just take a strip the full length and then go like score that right on up. You're not going to see that very bottom. I'll just score it for you so you can actually see it. Make sure you have a good tight crease along that edge, and then a couple strips of your Extreme Tac on there. Okay, so then you could send your card flat like this, and then it pops up into your box, okay? So that's how it kind of is supposed to work. There's no bottom to this box, this kind of a card, particular card. Okay, so then now I'm going to take my adhesive. I'm just going to take the adhesive squares on this. Just a square there and a square here. Square and a square, and then that goes. You can kind of make them at a little bit of a varying height too if you needed to. I want it to go this way. You get a little bit of a height variance there, you can see that, and then it goes pretty flat for you. Alright, and I'm just going to redo my creases again just to make them good and sturdy where I need them. Okay, and now the fun part comes when you start to decorate. So I have some epoxy bubbles, and then I have a couple other fun things I'm going to show you really quick. But I thought about actually cutting out a few of the elements on here just by hand. And then I want to grab the Artiste cartridge, and I'm going to show you that too. But which ones was I thinking? Oh. So I am cutting by hand. And we'll kind of see what we end up using. So you can just start having some fun with that portion. I love this pumpkin. And I want to cut the whole thing out. But if you don't enjoy hand cutting as much as I don't enjoy hand cutting, then you might want to grab your Artiste Cricut cartridge and one of my amazing coordinating stamp sets from Close to My Heart. Switch out Artfully Sent for Artiste. And I do actually have a very special deal going on at AboveRubyStudio.com. If you purchase all 4 of the Cricut cartridges from me, if you're not familiar and you have never picked any of them up before, if in the month of October you pick up all 4 of the exclusive Close to My Heart Cricut cartridges from AboveRubies.ctmh.com in the month of October, so if you already bought Artfully Sent, and if you buy the other 3, or you buy all of them at one time, you will get $100 in product credit from me, okay? So that it's like you buy 4 cartridges, you get $100 for free, which is pretty awesome. You can get all the coordinating stamp sets and a lot of cardstock and a lot of other awesome things. All right, so this is the fun cartridge. Stamp set. It's called Magic Potions, and there are 5 really nice sized little potion stamps on here. And they coordinate with Artiste. If you look at page, and this is my favorite of all of the cartridges, Artiste. Even with the new Artfully Sent, Artiste will still be my favorite just because it's so versatile. There's so many awesome stamp sets that go, and you really can do just so very much with it. So on page 33 is what these 2 guys are on. It's this one here, the Commotion Potion and Eye of an Owl Magic Cream. Those are both right here. And then there's also the Pickled Toad, the Batwing, and the Dr. Fix's Finest Elixir Extract of Eel. And that's on page 48, 36, and 42. I was just going to do these 2. I want to make sure, though. Eye of the Owl will fit. You know what? I'm going to do the Elixir and the Owl. And let's see. I'm going to grab some Thistle cardstock. We'll load that mat in. Now, I talked in the workshop about real dial size and actual size and all of that good stuff when it comes to sizing your images to your stamp sets. For the Artiste cartridge, it literally is what it is, okay? You don't have to worry about special sizing like you do with Artfully Sent or Art Booking. If you look at the stamp set, it says cut out at 1 1/4 inches. If you have any worries about it at all, you can make sure real dial size is set, and then you don't have to worry about it. But we're going to 1 1/4 inches, and we're cutting out 2 of this guy here, the accent number 3, just because I want to have it. So it's accent 3, it's shift, and then the number 3. Okay, so it's like the number sign, pound sign, hashtag, woot woot, and you see it comes up. So I'm going to cut those 2 out to start. And then I want to do 2 of these, just so I have them, 2 1/4 inches on page 48. So if you go to page 48, you'll be able to see right here, it's just a basic circle, really, okay? And it's actually the card function, just so you can see exactly what it is. 2 1/4 inches. And it's not the shift, it's just the card function of the letter I, and it should come up like so, right there, and we'll cut those out. I have my black ink ready to go, and my stamp block. I want to say something about the stamp blocks too. When I first started stamping, I actually had a friend who worked for an acrylic company, and he used to cut me just any size acrylic blocks, essentially, that I wanted, like anything that I wanted, to my heart's content. I could get sheets of them, I could get blocks of them, and it was nice. I got them literally for free, and I still have quite a few of them to this day. When I started with Close to My Heart, actually, when Melanie first got me introduced to Close to My Heart, Melanie Brown, she is my upline, she sent me some of the Close to My Heart blocks, and I was blown away by the stamp quality difference. They do have a nice little groove along the sides. They tell you, first, on top of it, what size they are. This is a 3" by 3" square, which is really nice. But the weight of them gives such a nice impression. It makes a difference, and I never realized that when I started stamping. So for those beginners out there, I just wanted to kind of mention that to you today, that, you know, the quality of the blocks that you're using actually make quite a bit of a difference, more than you may actually realize, like it was for me. And if you have done it for a while, you may actually really realize. Now, there's a couple ways of stamping. One of the things that Close to My Heart suggests, I'm not a huge fan of doing it this way, but I'm going to show you this way. There's a little insert that comes, this little kind of foam sheet insert. They recommend using this as a stamping surface. It helps you get a firmer impression, a fuller impression. If you have issues with getting a solid stamped image or a solid stamped impression, you might want to give it a try. I am not the biggest fan in the world of it. I don't know why I turned it, I didn't need to. It's a circle. But I just wanted to show you that this is what you can do and kind of what the difference is, if you can notice a difference. You give it a firm, good, you know, press down, you pull it up, and there is your impression. It's pretty good and solid, right? You should get about the same if you do it on a hard, solid surface. But for those of you who are beginners and are just starting, struggling, messing around, learning, I just wanted to show that to you. I showed in the last video about prepping your stamps as well by having a white eraser, just a plain white eraser on your acrylic stamps, okay? You get about the same impression-wise, okay? They're pretty awesome, though. I'm going to set this guy aside, and now I want to grab my owl eye. I have the owl. Oh, it's so flippin' cool. I really like these little tags quite a bit. All right. So now, what you can do, I'm going to take some of my silver glitter trim, and I'm going to go across just a couple of these little pieces, with a couple pieces here, because I didn't tuck that in to the bottom of the paper. You can kind of see that? I want to cover that up a little bit, because I was silly and I forgot to do that first. So learn from my mistake there, but you can cover it up like I'm going to do if you do forget. Peel off the backing sheet. So that's going right along the top edge there, just to kind of cover a little bit of it. And then I'm going to take this witchy poo here, who kind of pops up. I'm going to round her corner. This will round it much nicer than I can by hand. Perfect. And she's going to go right in there, like so, so that when the card's closed, she's still covered, and then she pops up in there. Okay. Now I have one of my Dr. Fixer elixirs. I'm going to have this guy come out here. So just a little bit of adhesive on her corner. If the broom fits. You want to make sure that you don't stick it up higher than the box sides, okay? You want to make sure that it's covered by your box edges. See how that is covered there? So make sure when you do something like this, you give yourself plenty of space so that you can fold it and still close it, okay? There we go. If the broom fits. This little guy on the inside, a little scaredy cat. Gonna go right in there, in the layer. Down there. Oh my goodness, I love how this turned out. And then you can just keep playing with it and adding other elements as you go. I'm gonna actually add, I'm gonna leave those go. You can really kind of get the idea of what's happening here. I'm gonna add a few more little embellishments. There they go. Here they are. Little epoxy bubbles. These are actually gray and black. And they're different sizes, and you can really kind of see the two colors there. They're pretty cool. And they already have adhesive on them. So you can dress up what you're doing instead of waiting for something to dry. You can get a couple on there, and they're in a couple different sizes as well. Okay, so there is our little pop-up card. It'll go right in an envelope like so. You turn it, and voila. Fun little Halloween. Now you can really dress this up for any occasion. Birthdays. I'm going to probably do one with the Confetti Wishes collection at some point in time, because that's going to be adorably amazing. Actually, this is a piece of the Confetti Wishes paper. And again, it has that thistle color in it, but also that outdoor denim and that bright sunny honey color. Love it so much. So you could see how cool that would look with the slate as a very cute pop-up card for a birthday box. So that's how they work. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. And if you are into getting over, it's now up to $320. I'm sorry. It's at $320 shopping spree through me when you join Above Ruby Studio. You can check out, there's a little icon on the, if you're on the website, pretend this is the web page, on the top right, there's an orange icon right here. And it actually says shopping spree. And if you click on it, it goes to Rafflecopter. And you can enter the giveaway. You can also up the giveaway amount by picking up any of the cartridges through aboverubies.ctmh.com. If you get all four, you get a bonus $100 to spend from me as a gift. This has nothing to do with Close to My Heart. It's just from me. But you have to purchase all four in the month of October. And that's in addition to all the other fun, amazing things that are happening at aboverubiesstudio.com and the aboverubies.ctmh.com. Hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.